Welcome to Finding Beauty with Kelly. I'm Kelly, and I wanted to share my home workout equipment with you today. If you have been tuning into my channel recently, you will have noticed that I have been documenting my progress on the Hit It Hard challenge from Growing Ananas. And in those videos, you can see some of the equipment that I use. And I thought today would be a good opportunity to show you the equipment that I have and that I use regularly, as well as some of the things that I have in my workout collection that I don't use very often, but they are handy for certain workouts. And when I show you the equipment I have, keep in mind, I have built this collection over probably 12 to 15 years. So it's not something that I went out and bought everything all one day. And there's equipment that I've bought in the past that I no longer have because I just didn't use it often enough to justify the space it took up. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I have and then break it all down for you. What you see in front of you is all of my workout equipment kind of spread out and organized neatly. I have a yoga mat or exercise mat. I have an adjustable set of dumbbells. These range from 5 pounds to 25 pounds, and I'll show you how those work. I also have some free weights. I have 8 pounds and 3 pounds. Those are mine. And the pink ones are 1 pound weights because my daughter wanted weights so that she could do workouts with me sometimes. So I got her a little set of 1 pound weights. I have a yoga block. I have a couple different types of resistance bands, sliders, and then ankle weights. If you choose not to buy any other home workout equipment, the one piece of equipment I suggest that you purchase is a quality exercise mat. This is a mat that I picked up at Target a couple years ago, and it has served me very well. However, it is probably going to be replaced soon because exercise mats are one of those pieces of equipment that do show wear and tear, and they do need to be replaced. But with that being said, you can get a quality exercise mat for around $20. You may even find it for less. I recommend something that is non-slip and at least, I would say, ½ inch thick, because this is going to give you good padding for your workouts when you're doing ab work and you're on your back. It's also going to cushion you a bit as you are doing cardio. I typically do all of my workouts on the mat to protect our floors and also to give a little bit more cushioning. So if nothing else, you can spend about $20 and get a good exercise mat. Once you have your mat, the next piece of equipment I would suggest purchasing or investing in are weights. When I first started working out, I had a set of weights. I had this little triangle set stand, and I think it had an 8 pound set, a 5 pound, and a 3 pound. And from that set, I still have my 3 pounds, and I would say these are probably about 15 years old. Like I said, I've had my equipment for a while. Don't go out and buy new stuff all the time. And if you buy quality, it lasts. So these 3 pounders, probably about 15 years old. So I have my 3 pounders, and then I also have 8 pounders. And these are really good. These are the ones that I use now mainly for tricep work, and also I will do like front raises with them because that's a good weight when I'm really wanting to challenge myself. Smaller muscles, lighter weights. And then my set that I use the most are my adjustable weights. And these are weights that I picked up in 2013 when I was doing a program that really emphasized heavy weights. The program showcased the Bowflex weights. I didn't have $300 to go spend on adjustable weights. And when you are looking at adjustable weights, they range from, I would say, you can maybe find a set for about $30, or at least you could back in 2013. Most sets now are probably going to run you between $75 to $200. But again, once you buy this piece of equipment, you won't need to buy another set of weights. I've had my set for, like I said, since 2013, and they serve me well. These are my Reebok adjustable dumbbells, and I did get them back in 2013, and they have served me well. This has been a very good investment for me. What I like about these is I can adjust them from 5 pounds all the way up to 25 pounds. And to adjust, you just slide the pin over on each side. And so at this point, I now have it as a 5-pound weight with just the handle. And they are good for that. The one thing I will say that I don't necessarily love is they are very long. So when you are doing a exercise with 5 pounds, and it does feel like it's a very long weight. But then to make it heavier, I just slide it over. And I'll slide it over on this side. And at that point, I now have a 15-pound weight, which I can grab this way. And a good 15-pound weight. And I like that you can slide it into the compartment and everything fits together. And these are the plates that make up these weight sets. They're not very thick. They are 2.5 pounds each. And they just click in as you adjust the weight. And one thing that I end up doing every year is these weights help anchor down the Christmas tree. With that slit, they're good for fitting around Christmas tree stands. So during the holiday season, I don't lift as heavy, so I focus on more body weight training or exercises that need lighter weights, but just a bonus use for your adjustable weights. Now that we've talked about an exercise mat and your weights, the next piece of equipment that I would recommend would be a yoga block. And a yoga block is great for when you're doing stretching workouts and you need to support yourself where maybe you don't have as much range of motion. And during this Hit It Hard challenge, I have discovered that these can be used to intensify moves, such as step-up lunges or uneven push-ups. So a yoga block, another good solid piece of equipment, not expensive, and these do last. I would say this one is probably about 10 years old. The next piece of equipment I would recommend are resistance bands. This is a rubber-based I would say rubber-based band. This is the heavy one. I have others of these that I have snapped over the years. These are ones that you will have to replace. I would say the average lifespan of a set of resistance bands is maybe a year, maybe 2. One thing you always want to do before a workout is inspect it for any tears along the edges where it could break, because it is really not fun to get popped with one of these. But these are great for intensifying squats, doing some resistance work on your lower body. You can get to some of those smaller muscle groups with them. You can also use these for upper body. So you can do lat pull downs with these. So a good resistance band set are great. Most sets that you buy have a light, medium, and heavy, and you can use them for different types of exercises, just like I've said. If you are not interested in a rubber-based resistance band, I have some cloth that do have rubber on the inside. These are lower body only. These are very intense and provide a lot of resistance. I typically don't use these a ton just because I'm not strong enough. To be honest, it takes more strength than what I have to really use these. This next piece of equipment falls into my nice to have but not essential category. And these are the Herdelin sliding discs. They are 2-sided. You have a foam side for using on hardwood floors, tile, or hard surface floors. Then you have a plastic slide that works on carpet. And these are used for just some different resistance and another way to move your body. And I can show you how some of them are used. So you can see that I am sliding my foot on the lunge. And then you can do a side lunge. And also a rond de jambe for those of you that at one point in time took ballet. One thing you may be wondering about is how much space does it take to store this equipment? Because a lot of people don't want to have gym equipment all over their home. And I'm going to tell you, it really doesn't take much space to put away all of that equipment. I hope that you've enjoyed this look into the home workout equipment that I use. I will have links to all of the products down below if I can't find a link for the exact product. Because like I said, I've had some of this equipment for 10 plus years, so the exact model might not be available. I will link to something very similar to it. I will also try as far as with weights, giving a couple different price points because when you are looking at weights, you definitely want to get quality, but I know we don't want to spend a fortune on things. So depending on what your budget is, that can affect what you decide to purchase. And I truly appreciate that you have joined me today and that you have been following along on my fitness journey as I am working on getting into better shape. And if you have any ideas for future videos or any questions or comments, I would love to hear them. You can drop them in the comments below. And I thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.